Hi, my name is Lex, and these are my stripper stories.
So, what's one of the craziest things that's happened to you in the strip club?
I think one of the craziest things that's happened to me is I had a regular customer who would come in. He'd come in every night at 7 o'clock to watch the game. The club would literally be empty, and we would sit like in a back corner, which I always thought was weird. But I just be like, you know what? He's spending a couple $100s, no big deal. He would always, as I would dance, I would never look at him because he was just awkward. He wore these glasses, he wore gray sweatpants and like a big t-shirt. And his glasses were really thick, like bifocal. So he was just, it was just, it was just creepy. And he was bald. So I'm like, all right, whatever. But bald, like, the little half,
Oh,
it was one of those. Like it was hair right here, but then like, he just looked like he had some other shit up his sleeve. But he was my client, he was my customer. He came in all the time. He was faithful. So I'm like, you know what, let me go get my money at 7 p.m. in the evening. Um, he would always, I would dance, and for a while I would never notice it. I would just kind of get up and like I would just see like a little thump, but I would never think anything of it. And I remember one particular time I would dance and there was a spot on his sweatpants.
right.
And they were always gray or white, so you could see it. And this particular time, he had like came all in his pants. And it was like on me because this particular time I was like dancing, I'm going back and forth. And I got this little move where I put my leg all the way up and I kind of turned to the side. And as that moment I turned to the side, I felt it all on my thigh. And I was like, yo, I didn't know whether to get up, run, or
so what did you do?
I sat there and I was like, all right, song's over, got my money. And I like went to the back and I just like alcoholed everything. But it was just like the most uncomfortable experience ever. Cause it's like, what do you do in that situation? Do you say something to him? Do you go tell the manager? Or do you just kind of take it with a grain of salt and just be like, you know what, that's just come with the game. Like
Did, did he come back after that to the club?
he came back faithfully, and it got to a point where I started noticing like, okay, he's gonna do this. So when he started gripping the chair, that's when I knew, like, let me just get up and just shake, turn around, put my leg around,
Right.
but not. I learned my lesson on grinding too much, especially with the sweatpants and the basketball shorts and stuff like that.
Right. Did you feel the need to charge him a little bit more if he was going to do all
Oh,
that?
absolutely. Absolutely. It got to a point where I was like, hey, I see you're really enjoying these dances. I think we need to, do a little bit more. And it got to the point where he was like, okay, well, whatever you need, like I always come see you. So let's do it. So yeah.
So, how do you feel about men that do that, like in the strip
I
club?
just feel like I get it. We are a fantasy. You may not be getting what you need at home. You may not be fulfilled. You may not even get women. So I get it. I just think have a little bit more respect for the person that's dancing for you. Like we don't want your bodily fluids on us.
Right.
It's kind of gross.
So, what would you suggest him do, like in that situation?
Tap me on the shoulder. Like, let me know
Oh,
what's happening.
okay.
Like, I'm not gonna judge you. Like, this is a safe space, but like, let me know so that I'm not grinding on you and then I got nut on the back of my thigh.
Right. Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Right. Um. So I've heard that dancers have to deal with people maybe robbing them. Is that a thing?
Yes and no. I've actually been in a situation where I have been robbed at gunpoint.
Okay.
Um,
Can you walk us through that situation?
so, oh God, I want to say I was maybe like 23, 24. This was right around the time that I had like stopped dancing for a long period of time. And I remember I was working at Dallas Cabaret North. Um,
The
Yeah.
jungle.
Yeah, the jungle for sure. And that was at the time when it was like a new club. So it was 18 and up, BYOB. You don't know who you were getting in there. It was a free for all in there, free for all. The club closed at 5, and I used to stay damn near to the end of the night. And I remember coming outside, and like it was just a lot of commotion going on, a lot of people, and I always parked. There's like this little jewelry store next to the club, and then there's Pandora's on the other side. So I always parked in that parking lot because I'm kind of cheap, and I didn't want to pay for ballet. Like I'm just not doing that every single night, and I'm working 5 nights a week. So I'd always park on the side right under the light. This particular day, it was like a lot of big cars. Like the parking lot was packed. I just remember walking out, and next thing I know, there was these guys in this like SUV beside me, like in the car. And I don't really remember like I'm not gonna say it was a gun, but it was like a red beam.
Mm.
I'm freaking out because I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know if that's a laser pointer. I don't know. I'm not finna fight with you. I'm not finna argue with you. And I always had I had my backpack, but it was like this leopard backpack that I always had. And that's what I kept my money in. And I would just walk out with it because like, I'm thinking nobody knows. It's just a backpack. It could be anything. Cause I always left my shoes and my suitcase at the job in my locker. All I know is I saw that little beam. That was like, give me everything that you got. Like, and I freaked out. I'm by my car and I don't know what to do. And I literally just threw it and I ran back to the club. Right. And it was like the most trouble. Like, thank God I had my keys like on me in my hand because I had like a little key fob. So I like had my keys, but like I'm freaking out and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And like that was like the end of my career for like 6 months. Cause I was like, I'm all the way in Dallas. I'm by myself. That was at the time where I was driving back and forth from Arkansas. So I'm freaking the fuck out. So it was just like, I took a L for one. My life flashed before my eyes. Yeah. So I'm like, do I want to keep doing this shit? Like, is this a thing?
So what do you do now, like to protect yourself when you're dealing
Honestly, now I'm really cautious about where I park. So I have started back dancing, and I really get, now I see why girls pay for ballet. I see why they do the thing. So now at the club that I'm at now, I talk to the person who's doing the ballet, and I let them know, like, I need my car in front. I don't want to walk all the way to the back of the club to go to my car, especially at 4 and 5 in the morning. Like, that's just not safe. And even though some people walk out with you, you just never know who's in the back of the parking lot. The parking lot's so big. There's so many people out there. People are drunk. People are crazy. So it's just more so of having somebody with me at all times, no matter what.
Do you feel like you should own a weapon or have anything like that?
I don't think so. I think it just really depends on where you are. I remember the days of like the exposures and those type of clubs. I feel like at that time, some of the after hours where they are, like in South Dallas, Malcolm X, I feel like yes, just because it's a more dangerous area, and it's later. But I think for me, being at a club that closes at 2 and 4 on the weekend, and even like leaving at the time that I do, I don't think so.
What is a dancer's worst fear?
I would say my worst fear as being a dancer, honestly, is like getting kidnapped. Like real deal, walking out and getting kidnapped. Being robbed, yeah. But like, it's a different type of thing because they see you as this object. They see you as this person that they could sell potentially. There's so much trafficking and stuff going on. Mm-hmm. So walking out, they already look at a dancer as this person, this certain thing. They look at you as an object. They don't look at you as a human. So just walking out or being somewhere and they take you and selling you on the dark web, like, there's just so many different ways that could go. But for me, I feel like it would be being snatched up and put in the back of a van.
Have you ever dealt with a P?
No, actually. But I've run into so many.
Right.
To the point where I actually became friends with one. His name was Debonair the Teddy Bear. Yes.
That's a wild name.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But he literally was like this big husky guy. He looked like a teddy bear. And I remember I met him in, I think I was working at Black Orchid at the time. If anybody knows about Black Orchid, that was, whew. But I met him. He was like sitting in the back on the little booth, and I was like, okay, who's this guy with all these chains? And I never go to those guys, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go over there. And he was talking to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, but he's not tipping. But then I keep seeing all these girls come up to him, whisper in his ear, and then run off. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? Then he just kept coming in, and I kept going to talk to him. And then that's when I kind of found out, like, I started noticing the pinky ring and the chain, and then the little plaits and the curls, like, because that's literally how he dressed. I mean, like, it was very flashy, very colorful, and the same group of girls kept coming over. And that's when he finally was like, yeah, these my girls, they make money, and I'm like, okay. I was like, well, why do you come in here and fuck with me the way that you do? Like, are you thinking that this is what's finna be? And he was like, I really like you. You got a really good conversation. And that's just kind of how that happened. And he just became like a cool dude to where I used to like pull up on him at his little hotels, and I would see the girls come in. And that was the first time I had ever seen some shit like that. I'm like, this is for real. Especially me. I'm from Arkansas. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. So it was actually kind of interesting. I see why some girls do it, but.
Yeah. When you say you see why, what makes you
because why? Some of the girls, like his bottom bitch, she literally, I'm talking about life was on a platter. Like everything, the world was her oyster.
Right.
Whatever the fuck she wanted, however the fuck she wanted. I'm not going to say that I seen the dark side of things, but I always seen the good with him in particular. I get it. It's a means to an end.
What's your favorite type of customer?
The one that knows what they're there for. The one that comes in, and regardless if we're talking or if I'm dancing, he knows what I'm there for. Like, time is money. I used to have a guy come in faithfully, and he told me what his life was like. He's like, I'm married. I come in here she gives me one off day a week, and that's where I like to come. He would come and see me. We would sit for 2 or 3 hours, and he would pay me in bills to sit and talk with him. And it was like the easiest. Like, I don't have to dance. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to get on stage. Oh, this is my type of party. Like, we can do that.
So they're just the easy money. That's your favorite thing.
I mean, yeah. Right. Not, I wouldn't say just easy money, because I don't mind working for it. I'm there to entertain, but just more so the one that knows what they're there for. So even the ones that like come up to you, they're direct. Like, hey, I want to go to the VIP. I want this many dances, or whatever the case may be. Or, hey, I want you in my section. Or just the one that can be direct. Because they're the ones that come in and they fiddle faddle with you, and they play with you, and come over here and sit with me, and they talk a big game. I have a former NFL player I've known forever. He talks a big game, but he ain't about shit. Ain't spent a dime, but pulls up in Bentleys, buys all these drinks. And it's like, why do you want me over here with you? Every single time when he comes in. And I'm like, I'm not going to do this. So it's just a waste of time.
So what would be the worst type of customer for you?
The one that really wastes your time, the one that is aggressive, the one that wants all your attention, the one that comes up to the stage and only gives you $1, or you sit there and you dance for a whole song and you look down on the floor and it's $5 bills on the floor. Like, what's the point if you're not going to tip? Like, there should be no reason that you go to a strip club and you don't spend no money. Like, whether that be a drink, or you didn't bought a girl a drink or something, like there's no reason. Like, I mean, I get it. You free will. You want to come in, you want to watch the game or whatever the case may be, but don't be over here congregating with us and wanting us to sit down with you and spend all our time, and you ain't got nothing to give. Like, go away. Go to Twin Peaks for that.
Do you ever get in the mood when you dance?
I have a couple times, actually. That's so crazy. I did one time, and I remember going back to the dressing room, and I was wet. I was like, oh, whoa. And it just so happened, because it never happens like this. Like, you never really have when you go looking for your customer, when you go scouting, you don't go scout for the man that's fine or the girl that looks good. You just go scouting for the one that looks like they got the most money or the one that's going to spend. It's very rare that you have a customer that is attractive. And I remember specifically being in Dallas Cabaret North, and I remember dancing for this guy in VIP, and he was very attractive. And I was like, oh my God, like I could talk to you outside of here. And then it didn't help that like you obviously feel them rise, and most of the time it don't bother me, but I don't know if it was because the conversation was good, he was attractive, and then I feel him too. So I'm just like, oh, I see why y'all be back here doing what y'all be doing. Y'all already, you must just fuck it. Like I see it. So I remember that one specifically. I was like, yeah.
Do you think you could date a customer?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's honestly, that's the best one to date because they already know who you are. They already know that it's a job. Like that's where you met them. So it's nothing to hide. And when you meet these people right off the bat, like most of the time you're 100% honest. Like you're very forthcoming. There's nothing to, you don't bullshit people. Like most of the time you're most honest with strangers. Right. As crazy as that sounds, like because there's no judgment. So yeah, versus meeting somebody in the street and you gotta piddle paddle and be like, do I want to tell you that I dance? Like
when a married man comes in the club, right?
okay.
Do you have any remorse for him, or do you like, are you gonna break him all the way, or do you like, hey, he's married, I'll leave him alone? Like, what do you think about that?
Hell no, they spend the most money.
Right.
I'm gonna break you for everything that you got. What do you mean? Like them the ones that's going through it at home. They come in, they wanna chit chat about why they wife ain't giving them no pussy, or why she nagging, or why she ain't cook dinner, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I'm gonna give you whatever. What do you need? I'm here to service you, sir.
Right. Have you ever had a wife come up there to the club and try to get at you behind their husband?
No, not any wives. I have had a couple that would come specifically to see me.
Right.
It was a husband and a wife. They had been together for like 15, 20 years. They would specifically come and ask for licks. So that was always cool. Like I knew when I seen that couple, I knew I was getting big bills, drinks. And I was just, it was a chill thing. Like I would dance, I'd do a couple dances, and then I would sit, and they were kind of weird. As I would sit, they would just put a 20 on the table every 30 minutes or so, put another 20. So that was cool. Having that, like, I knew that they were coming to see me.
When it comes to the women that you work with, do you ever get crushes on them?
I have before. Yeah. There was a couple girls that I just be like, I do things to her. Especially like watching them dance. I'm very attentive to certain dancers. Just the way they move on stage, just how they look. Yeah.
What do you think is the freakiest thing you ever did inside of a strip club?
Okay. It wasn't okay, so I guess it would be freaky, but it wasn't like, I think I was just in the mood. I wasn't turned on, but I did it because I was there. I have rubbed one out for somebody in VIP. Yeah. There was a lot of hand sanitizer after, but yeah, I made that. That was a good night.
You got tipped well.
Very well. I mean, shit, we was already there. I mean, fuck it. That's about as far as I've ever gone.
Did you go back to working after that, or you were done?
I went back to work. Cause I mean, it was like you get into a zone, and once you do what you do, you make your money. It's like you go back, you freshen up, you do what you do, and then you start working again. You start up, you go find the next victim.
What's a stigma that's not true about dancers that you hear?
We all sell pussy. We all do drugs. We all don't have our life together. Um, I think that would be the biggest
Right.
stigma about dancers, because some of us, a lot of us have regular jobs,
Right.
really good jobs at that. A lot of us, we don't all come from a bad home.
Mm-hmm.
We don't all come from abuse or struggle. A lot of us just like the atmosphere. We just like to be sexy. We like to look good on stage. We like the attention. We like the fast money, honestly. Like, what a lot of people can't do this. Like, women have it easier. We can go get some money legally by just being sexy.
Facts. What's the craziest request that you've had inside of the club?
I think the craziest request, that would be the rubbing one out.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why I said it wasn't like something I did that was like on a freaky thing. It was like, can you? And I was like, okay, well, I need X amount of dollars. And they were like, okay. So that would be like the craziest. And we were like in a what do you call them? So there's like the VIP booths, and then there's like the like, I guess the champagne room, or like private room. So we were like in the private room. He had paid for the private room, and so there was like curtains and everything. So I was like, well, fuck it, here we are, might as well.
If there's anything about the strip club that you would change, what would it be?
Performances in the strip club, and what managers can do to the girls. The performances, just, I get it. A lot of artists have like got on because of the strip club, you know? But like, they don't realize that takes away from the customer experience, and it also takes away from us, because the only girls that's making the money is the girls that's on stage. Everybody else is scattered around. Half the time they don't know who the hell it is on the damn, who's performing. So people are just standing around looking stupid. So it's just like, it just takes a lot. And then the performances last for 30 to 40 minutes out of the night. So I'm not making no money. I'm just sitting there. And half the time, the main girls that's on the stage, they know the performers. So it's not like it's a free for all. Like, it's not like it's some big artist. So that just takes a lot. That's not what the strip club is for. And then just the way managers treat girls, the way they are able to change the tip out at their discretion, and how they talk to women, and just how they run the club. Like, I don't like that. I feel like it's still a job, it's still a business, regardless of how you look at it. And y'all wouldn't be here without us. If nobody comes in the club, y'all don't make no money.
Right.
Simple.
Thanks. And the last thing I'm going to ask is, what do you love about this industry?
The freedom to be expressive. Like, getting up and putting your makeup on, wearing all these different outfits, meeting so many different people. Like, I've met so many people and networked with so many different people. Just like the music, just the vibe that you get just being in the club. Like, there's nothing like being in a section and there's money falling from the ceiling. Knowing that you get to take that money home and you get to count up. Like, that is like the best feeling. I can't beat anything. Like, just, it's like it's a party all the time. Like, you turned up all the time. So you definitely got to balance it. But I love it. I wouldn't change anything about it. Like, anything.
Thank you, Lex. And y'all comment in, y'all tell us if y'all want Lex back.